your opinion, where did Vince McMahon go wrong with promoting Bam Bam Bigelow?
Bam Bam to me is a main eventer. Bam Bam is a guy that I always thought could do it all. We've talked about Bam Bam because I've worked with him very closely for years. For a big guy, he would float across that ring. He never got winded. He was so athletic, and he was a team player. Whatever you needed from him, from what I saw in ECW, he would do. I never saw him complain. I never saw him try and politic. He was just a team player. He was a guy that you wanted on your squad. The Lawrence Taylor thing is the one that keeps popping in my head. Like everybody says, oh, they did him dirty with Lawrence Taylor. He did business. You know, he went in there. He made him shine. He put him over. He did the right thing. I don't know what happened with him in that company that stopped him from ever reaching that main event championship status. I couldn't tell you. I just know that the Bam Bam that I knew was a lovely soul who worked hard and did anything he could for his company.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And if you want to read stories or hear stories about why Bam Bam might not have attained some of those main event statuses that you think he should have, just go talk to the guy who runs NXT now. There might be something behind that, because it was very documented that the Clique held Bam Bam back. And obviously,
I don't know why.
I don't know why either, because, you know, there's a couple things that have been pointed out over time. Obviously, Vince liked Bam Bam because he picked Bam Bam to work with Lawrence Taylor and put him in that main event spot at WrestleMania. He could have picked anybody. He could have picked Rick Martel. He could have picked anyone. But the Clique singled out Bam Bam for some reason to not want him to be part of the plan, I guess. And they didn't necessarily want to get rid of him, but they didn't want him in that top picture. And Bam Bam, you know, he wasn't a big fan of them either. And he did not work out with that group. So he didn't last.
There's a lot of stories about the Clique holding people back. It's just, is it based off of jealousy? You know, it's like keeping the spot for themselves. I don't know, man. All I know is Bam Bam was a pleasure to work with. And even though he broke my pelvis, that was a complete accident. But he was a delight, and he was so good at what he did. And I miss him and I love him. And I just feel like I think Paul made him shine in ECW. And I think he deserved that. And he was proud of that. And he was proud to be a part of our locker room.
Yeah. So I'm just, when I remember seeing him there, like, I know he jumped in for a cup of coffee here and there, you know, before he landed back in 97.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you saw that he was staying as a fan, you're like, wow, that's really cool that Bam Bam Bigelow is in ECW.
Yeah, he's a great guy.